What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to today's late night agenda. What day of the week is this? It's Wednesday. Welcome. Great to see so many of you wonderful people in the chat. I hope life is treating you well. I hope you're all good, healthy and safe. Great chat last night with Mark Goldbridge and, of course, followed up by Connor as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, it's still up on the channel. Loads to get through tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Some Timo Werner news, some Sadio Mane news. The guys are back training. Loads of good stuff to get through. Really appreciate you being with us, as always, whether you are with us on YouTube or on Hot Mic. Really do appreciate you guys giving up your time. I know how precious time is, and look, and also know how important a release it is at this moment in time. So let's kick back, relax, have some fun, and try and enjoy ourselves for an hour or so. Joanne, thank you. Straight away, Joanne, super sticker on set. It isn't an Anfield Agenda live stream without Joanne putting that in. How are we, my friends? I hope, if anyone's joined us for the first time in a while, I hope you like the new layout. Connor working his backside off, being quality as always. No idea what is going on at my end on Hot Mic, but yeah, I'm popped back up again. I had disappeared for a second, but now it's all tickety-boo. Cool Shot 25, how are you, mate? LFC Fan 96, everybody that's joining into the chat. Mane's hairline is a Senegal thing, to Dave Sweeney. Yes, I mean, a few of the players, I'm sure you guys have seen, now that they are back in training, they need a haircut. That's okay. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you ladies out there need a haircut as well. I don't suffer from such afflictions, you know what I mean? I just have to break out a big razor and it's all good. Far Isles in the house. How are you, Dave? Lovely to see you in. Fist bump to you as well, buddy. Ella's in the house as well. Bernadette, so many people. John Cable, Adam Parks, Pat Moynihan, and everybody else in between. Right, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, there's a load to get through tonight. I'm in flying form, so I hope that you're having fun. Ella said follow on Hot Mic as well, everybody, if you can. Yes, look, anybody that can, download the Hot Mic app. Put in the code Anfield, all capital letters. That will make a massive difference. Christine said, love the mug. Thank you, Christine. Connor's working on some, actually. Connor, you guys had said to us the other day about selling a few bits of merch. Well, Connor's working on some mugs as we speak because of a chat the other day when people put it in. Originally, Connor just stuck it up there as, I don't know, just something to decorate it along with the Kyos and the Diet Coke. But hey, it is what it is, and I wouldn't mind an Anfield Agenda mug, I'm not going to lie. What else have we got? Tomorrow, good news. Expressions is going to be coming on tomorrow. Now, heads up, we're going to be going a little bit earlier than normal. If you don't know who Expressions is, you're in for a treat. He's one of my favourite people in the world to come chat football with, and he's going to be joining us tomorrow. We're going to be going live from 7:30 p.m. As usual, we will be available both on YouTube and on Hot Mic. So look, make sure whatever platform you've got us followed, you've got your notifications turned on. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Hot Mic, you don't need to worry about notifications because you get one when we go live anyway. Farrell said, gosh, I wish I had those crisps at the minute. I've got one bag, Dave. One bag still in the press, and I'm saving them up because I've been trying to eat a little bit better. You know, it's easy in lockdown to just go into crappy food mode, so I've been trying to do a little bit better. Not that I've been succeeding much anyway. What else have we got? Brian Morrissey said, looking at the train to remind you just how small Melwood is. The move to Kirby was well overdue. Yes, and look, we will get to the training stuff. It is something that I have to go through with you guys a little bit later on. But let's start with a bit of our daily Timo Werner plot twist. Because there always is one. Every day there's a bit of a plot twist. Today's latest comes from the Daily Express, who believe Liverpool will look to sell Harry Wilson, Marco Grujic and Xherdan Shaqiri in order to fund a move for Timo Werner. Seems reasonable enough, but what I wonder is, will we get the fees that we had hoped for the players involved, or will the club perhaps wait and see how the market stabilises over the next few months and then maybe look to sell Shaqiri or Wilson or Grujic? I don't know, but that's why I put the question out there. I want to know what you guys think about it. It's, look, these are all players that had been potentially linked with moves away from the club, so it's not beyond the realm of possibility that we see Harry Wilson, Grujic and Shaqiri moving on. Now, the fees that I believe were mentioned there that we were to be looking at the time, where the club wanted around 30 million for Shaqiri. Grujic, I'd seen somewhere 40, but for the life of me I don't know where that valuation came from. And Harry Wilson probably somewhere in the 20 to 30 range as well. Now, with football being in the financial situation it's in, probably a knockdown price for those players if they are to be sold. But look, I want to know what your thoughts are, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to everybody over on Hot Mic as well. Really appreciate you guys supporting us over there. Mr. Crosby's in the house. Andrew's in the house. Who else have we got in there? Let me just scroll through the chats. What have we got? Liz said, share the stream, please, and thank you. Cool Shot Thomas 25. Hot My team have been very good with fixing an issue I have. I'm glad to hear it, mate, because they've been really good to us as well. Any problems we've ever had, the guys at Hot Mike sort them out really quickly as well. There is still one more major person to come to the platform, and I can't tell you guys who it is yet because, you know, I haven't got their permission to do so. Big news, by the way, in the world of podcasting, and look, I'm sorry if this doesn't mean anything to you, but to somebody like me it does. Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is going to be moving from YouTube across to Spotify. Apparently he has signed a multi-year deal, I believe, I'm not sure, with Spotify to move all his video content and his audio content on there as well. I believe he's still going to have clips and stuff going up on YouTube, but he has announced it himself. It is real. Joe Rogan's moving across to Spotify. That's a big, bold move for Spotify. Maybe they're going to make a play into the video and podcast market even more so. I don't know, but it's interesting. I mean, I've said to you guys many times, Joe Rogan is an absolute hero of mine and many other people around the world, and it's it's a big move. But look, like anything else, I wish Joe Rogan nothing but the best. Whistle said Wilson needs a chance in the first team. I don't think he's good enough. That's the thing, mate. I mean, he's not tearing up trees at Bournemouth, although he has scored a few highlight reel goals, I suppose, but is he good enough? I mean, let's be honest about it right now. If, let's say, Sadio was to pick up an injury, would you be happy dropping Harry Wilson in there in a Champions League quarter-final or something? Because I've got to be honest, I wouldn't. And I don't like to write young players off because he is still a relatively young player, but my humble opinion of him is that if we were to get a figure that would keep the club happy and he wanted regular first team football, I'd move him on. That's my take on that anyway. Grujic would only go for around the 20 million mark, I think, said Luke. Brian said 10 million each. I think you're going to get more for them than that, mate, to be fair. Even in a reduced market, there's no way the club would let Shaqiri go for 10 million. I can't see it, in my humble opinion anyway. What have we got? Werner, we should get, but we need a backup right back as well. We don't, Dave. We have one. We have a backup right back, mate. He's already there, ready-made replacement, ready to go. It's a left back, if anything, that we need a backup for. Young Williams, a right back, looks like a ready-made Trent backup to me, buddy, anyway. Farwell said, I don't do Spotify, so it's Goodbye Joe and Leicester are clips. Yeah, it is sad from that point of view for people who, you know, don't use Spotify or aren't arsed about Spotify. I think Connor said to me that as soon as it was announced, or within a short period of time it had been announced, Spotify's share value went up by like 5%. There is the power of Joe Rogan. Willow said, the price put on Marco Grujic last season was 35 million. That's the price Liverpool put on him. If we get that type of money for him, we'll be laughing. Again, it's really difficult, isn't it? I genuinely have no idea what type of figures we're going to be looking at in this crazy transfer market. And Connor made a really good point last night as well on the stream, is we don't yet know when the transfer window is going to be open. Mr. RTG said, do you think Curtis Jones is a possible Lallana replacement? I think he's a ready-made. I think it's a great shout, mate. I think he's a ready-made Lallana replacement and somebody who I have extremely high hopes for. And I think that he will take that spot in the squad, mate. I think it's a good show. What have we got? Good stuff, Craig, said Andrew over on Hot Mic. What else? Sharon like, said Liz. Andrew said, I don't think Wilson is ready personally, but he's a dead ball specialist, that's for sure. Even better than Trent. He is a dead ball specialist. Not going to argue on that whatsoever. He is very adept at set pieces, I should say. But do we really need to keep somebody just for set pieces? I don't know. I don't know. Call me old fashioned. It just doesn't sit well with me, and I just don't think he's ready. I think he is a Premier League footballer, but I think middle to lower level Premier League in my opinion. But it isn't my opinion that matters. But from what I'm reading in the chat, a lot of you guys seem to be thinking along the same clause. Sell Wilson without a buyout clause? I don't know what you mean by buyout. Do you mean sell-on clause or callback clause or something along those lines? Did you hear what Emre Can said to Sancho? Asked Yassar. I didn't. The only thing I'd read about Emre Can in the past 24 hours was that he said he couldn't go and play for United because of his fondness for Liverpool. That's the only thing that I remember reading. Craig, not me, another Craig, said over on Hot Mike, how's Lucas? He's good, thank you, buddy. He's he's good. It's a bit difficult because kids are starting to go out the front and play now, and Lucas has asthma, and I'm not letting him out yet. It's difficult because the good weather's out. People are starting to feel a bit more relaxed. The numbers are dropping in Ireland a bit. Kids are starting to go out and play a bit more, and it's so difficult because I'm so protective of him because he's got asthma and stuff. So, unfortunately for a little Lukey, he ain't gone out to play yet. No, I can't do it. I need to protect him. PJ Lad said, would be really upset if Harry Wilson left. Why? A genuine question, PJ. Not at all being sarcastic, mate. I mean, genuinely, why? I don't know why you'd be that upset. Maybe you had high hopes from it, I don't know, pal. But it is a genuine question. I'm not trying to be smart arse or anything like that. What have we got? Dave Smith, Neko was good, but I haven't seen him play for a big amount of time if Trent was injured. That is true, but don't forget, mate, we do also have Fabinho, worst case scenario, Dave, who could slot in at right back if needed, and played there before. That means Hendo could drop into the 6 if that was the case. If Liverpool had a game tomorrow, you had to put 5 academy players in there, who would they be? Kylian Hoover, Neco Williams, because I'm still including him as an academy player, because I'm going to cheat a little bit. Who else would I put in there? Are we calling Harvey Elliott an academy player? I think it's fair to say, yeah. So we'll go with Harvey Elliott as well. Although he will be moving forward to the first team more. Curtis Jones, I'm going to cheat and put him in there as well. On top of that, probably Sepp Vandenberg, probably. But then again, I've always been really open about the fact that I don't watch too much of the under-23s and under-18s games. I mean, I try and catch the highlights if and when I can, but I won't lie and say that I sit here and watch them all. Brian said, my guess is, as things stand, the football is back and done in a month. We'll see shorter than usual transfer window for most of July. The problem there is, Brian, I suppose, mate, UEFA have set themselves a target of finishing off the Europa League and the Champions Leagues by the end of August. So if that's the case, that means the season's technically still going on until August, until they finish the Europa League and the Champions League. So again, you know, you're not going to buy a player, for instance, who's going to go play in a Champions League final. The club that wouldn't be allowed to happen. So it's difficult. It is really difficult, and this is kind of a moving 3D jigsaw. We're going to have to sit back and see what happens. Ron Carlisle Cummings is in. Greetings from Barbados. How are you, sir? Lovely to have you in as always, mate. It's been a while since we had a catch up. What else we got? Jaria. Looks like Ojo, a few of them are gone, mate. A few of them are going to, I think all of them are going to go. Ben Woodburn's on loan at Oxford. I mean, I don't think there's much coming back from there, and I've no idea what type of fees we bring in for them. But I think they're all going to move on, or have moved on, some of them. Chiravella, we spoke about Chiravella yesterday, Luke. He has been offered a new 5-year deal apparently by Liverpool, which he will turn down by the looks of it. There had been links with a move to France. You guys had let me know yesterday who that was, and of course already I've forgotten. But then a story came up yesterday. A former Leeds United striker, I think it was Noel Whelan, said that he would recommend for Chiravella to go up and play for Stevie G at Rangers, prove himself up there, and then go and bring himself back to the Premier League. Dylan said, not Vandenberg, he's not ready. Well, the question was about academy players, mate. And I was asked to bring 5 in, not 1 or 2. So, if I'm going to bring 5 in, mate, there probably aren't 5 academy players that are fully ready to go yet, Dylan. That was why Vandenberg was the last one on my list, because I kind of agree with you that he isn't ready, but 5 is a difficult number to pick and just drag in. What else is there? There's the dog from next door that just loves to bark. Just loves to bark. That's all she does. It's her favourite hobby. Just outside barking in the back garden. Right, so there's loads of sensationalist stuff coming out of France today, and this is kind of why I wanted to come on and do this stream, because I want to show you guys the type of bullshit that drives me fucking mental when I'm sitting here trying to read through. And apologies for the bad language, but you know me, I'm a pretty passionate dude and I curse quite a bit. But so, as I said, loads of sensational bullshit coming out of France today, and it's been reported that Liverpool won't stand in the way of Real Madrid to move for Sadio Mane. Now, seriously, we want to believe this bullshit that Liverpool, not that Real Madrid are interested, that Liverpool won't stand in the way if Real Madrid come in and make a move for Sadio Mane. Now, last week, other reports from Europe were suggesting that Sadio Mane was about to sign a new deal at the club that would see him finish his career with Liverpool. But today, we're supposed to believe that, no, come on Real Madrid, sure, we're waiting for you. Come on in here, put in a bid for Sadio there. Sure, we're not going to stand in the way. You do what you want to do. Come on, really? And I believe the same publication have gone on to say that Real Madrid have made Bayer Leverkusen's Kai Havertz their primary target in this transfer window, and that they've already held talks with the player's representative. Now, I'm not naming what publication this is because I don't want to get in a whole heap of shit, but the same paper said 1 minute that they're going after Real Madrid and that we're not standing in the way, or Real Madrid are going after Sadio and we're not standing in the way, and then in the next fucking minute they're putting out an article saying that Real Madrid's primary target is Kai Havertz and that they've already held talk with his representative. Now, this is before we get into all this nonsense about Real Madrid looking to bring in Kylian Mbappe, Real Madrid looking to bring in Donny van der Beek. I'm sick of it. I am sick of this clickbait bullshit nonsense. We are not morons. Stop printing this shit. Seriously. Who the fuck believes any of this bollocks? None of our front three are going anywhere this summer. None of them. They're not for sale. The club have no interest in selling them. And so far as like these fools putting this nonsense out there, literally, does my head in, ladies and gents. I'm sorry about the shouting and moaning, but Christ almighty, they do my head in. Everyone's saying that about Werner. Said 6-time European champions. Which about Werner? Oh, everything about Werner. Oh, I've heard from Werner. I've heard Inter Milan. Apparently he's had a change of heart and he's off to Inter Milan. Really? Inter Milan. When you've got clubs like Barcelona who are interested in him, I think with all due respect, Inter Milan, who are a good and historic club, he probably has better options available to him right now. And if he's going anywhere, let's be fair, there's only one place for Timo. Come on. Come home, Timo. Come on, babe. Come on. Give him a hug. Time to come home. He's home. Joanne said clickbait bullshit. Real won't spend that much this transfer window. They spent €350 million last summer. They haven't got it, Stephen. That's the thing, mate. They're looking to redo the whole stadium. They're looking to redo the Bernabeu, and I don't think to even add one extra seat. I think they're just looking to redo the entire stadium. And you're right. They don't have the money. Spanish football isn't as powerful as it once was, especially with regard to finances. So I'm with you. They've got massive players on the wage books. They're trying to give away James Rodriguez. They can't get rid of Gareth Bale for the life of them. They've been trying. They've been trying to send them to China. They've been trying to send them out on loan. They have players in there on really high wages that they can't move on. And we're supposed to sit here like idiots and believe that they have 150 to 200 million to throw around for Sadio Mane and that we're just going to sit back and welcome it. Come on, seriously. What else we got? Alex Crawford Guitar, how are you, buddy? Real Madrid, what a load of BS, said Anthony over on Hot Mic. And you know what, mate? I agree. It is complete BS. Complete BS of the highest order. What have we got? Come home, Timo boy, said Jax Page. That's it. Come on. I feel like, what is it, Dr. Evil in Austin Powers, you know, putting the arms out for the hug. Dave Smith said, we're not a selling club anymore, so you can't do better than Liverpool. Exactly. I agree with Dave entirely there. We are, what are we called? A destination club, I think is the right phrase to use, mate. We are a finisher club right now. We are where you come to be at the elite. We are where you come to win Champions Leagues. We are where you come to win Premier Leagues, to win Club World Cups, to win Super Cups, to play for, in my opinion, the best manager in the world. So why would anybody for the life of them want out of here? Especially when they've just signed a new improved deal last summer as well. Or, well, last season, I think, at some point. I think it was last summer, wasn't it? The whole front three signed new deals. Casper said, Real Madrid would do well to get below 200 million for Mane. The phone would be, you want them? Bye-bye. That would be pretty much the phone call, I imagine, if they even picked up the phone. Although, was it Manchester? Who was it that fax machine wasn't working that was blamed for a Manchester United transfer or somebody leaving United failed to go through? They blamed it on a fax machine or something like. Do we still use faxes? Do we still use fax machines? Really, in this day and age? That's madness. Shadow Games, I'm good, buddy. How are you? Studio looking slick, said Leon, or sick, thank you. Again, all credit to Conor Crosby because I'm not talented enough to produce something like that. It was David De Gea, wasn't it? I was thinking it might have been De Gea. Yeah, fax machine, bro. Come on, seriously? Fax machine. That's where we are in modern football. All the money that's behind it. Billions being pumped into the industry, and a transfer falls down because the fax machine doesn't work. Honestly, you couldn't make it up. Dave said, that's right, Craig. We're the place where you go to win trophies. Real Madrid just don't have the money, said LFC 96. I agree. Have you heard about Sané to Liverpool? Said 6-time UEFA champs. No, I haven't. But ask yourself this in all honesty. Do you think Manchester City would sell Leroy Sané to Liverpool? Now, just before we get into even transfer fees or anything like that, just ask yourself that. They're challenging us for the title and we're challenging them for the title every season. We're going head to head. The two biggest clubs in England right now. You could make an argument the two best clubs in Europe right now even. And we're supposed to maybe believe that we buy Sané from them or that they'd sell us Sané. It's just not going to happen, to be fair. The only thing I'd seen about Leroy Sané, and this is going back a good while of course, was his links to Bayern Munich. And that Bayern Munich had looked at him and seen that he was probably more of a fit for purpose player than Kai Havertz at the time, and that they believed that maybe he was a bit more of the finished product and they were going to throw their money down for him. That's before, of course, he picked up that long-term injury that he's had. So yeah, look, I don't believe. I mean, I'd love him. He's a great player. I really do think Leroy Sané is a wonderful footballer, but there's no way he's coming to Liverpool. He'll be a free transfer. When? He's a year left on his deal, as far as I'm aware. There's absolutely no way I believe that Leroy Sané is free this summer. Not from anything that I've read. I think at minimum he's got a year left on his deal. Tom Jones said, can't wait to see Curtis Jones get more first team football. I'm with you, Tom. I'm absolutely with you on that one, mate. I love him. And the more first team football for him, the better. I'm going to try and just stretch something up here. 1 second. Right, does that work better? I'm just trying to fix the chat. There we go. Right, over to YouTube. Anybody got any questions or comments, by the way, before I move on to our next topic? Please do feel free to fire them in the chat. Again, if you want to help out the channel, you can do so massively by just going to the stream description, clicking on the link for Hot Mic, or just going onto your phone, going into the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, downloading the Hot Mic app, HOTMIC, and then putting in the code Anfield, all capital letters, and that will help us out massively. Give us a follow on there as well. If you're on Hot Mic right now, you know what I'm going to ask you to do, ladies and gents. Hit that share button. What have we got? If Sané comes to Anfield, I doubt he'll fit in our system. He would, mate, to be fair. Lashing on a wide forward like him, I think we'd find a way of making him fit. He won't be coming. And look, it would be technically different because I'm sure the way Pep has him playing and the way Klopp would have him playing, our systems are indeed different. But I mean, I think we'd be happy to have him. But he's not going to come. But I mean, I think we'd find a place for him if he really wanted to. I downloaded the Hot Mic app. I've had it for ages, said Mr. RTG. Appreciate that, mate. Wally767 over on Hot Mic said, agents are spreading false rumours to up bids. Also, some journos are making up those for clicks. Now, I would never accuse a journalist of making shit up. Now, do I believe that they're being fed some misinformation by agents and stuff? Absolutely. 100% believe that. And I 100% believe that there are clubs and agents out there trying to stir up interest in players without a shadow of a doubt. I always find it hard, though, to believe that any journalist, because any journalist that I know, usually they've got quite a high level of integrity and they take their job extremely seriously. So I'd never accuse a journal of purposely putting out fake information. No, I know too many of them to have... I have too much respect for them to believe that. But do publications, perhaps, or are they fed misinformation that... Not journals, but that... some sites put out, shall we say, to get clicks. Yeah, that I think we can all pay for. I mean, everyone does it. It is kind of the game, though, isn't it, to an extent? Like, people often say certain YouTube channels might be clickbaity, but it is kind of the whole idea to try and get people to know about your channel. Now, here's the problem that a lot of content creators have, is just getting people to know that you exist. So for what we've had on the channel is, usually when people come and give our channel a try, we've got quite a good retention rate. People that actually come back and watch again is quite good. Now, you can be all the clickbaity shit in the world. If your channel's dog shit and people go and watch it, they're not going to stay. So it's one thing getting people to your content, but it's another thing then to make sure that you're able to hold them there and that you're able to give them something that, you know, keeps them coming back. So, yeah. So, I mean, the clickbait shit only works once or twice, really. Unless, of course, you just keep falling for it. What's those crisps beside the Diet Coke? Kyo's, mate. Ireland's finest crisps, don't you know? Kyo's, the crisps of the gods. What have we got? Would you like the Brazilian youngster Thales Magno? I talked about him a while back. My memory needs to be refreshed, but I definitely do remember, Mr. RTG, the links to the player that you're talking about. Just don't have enough information at hand right now to remember exactly where he was coming from in Brazil, but definitely have seen the name. Does ring a bell. And hello, how are you, sir? Great to see you. Said, hey Craig, I was wondering, since you think Harry Wilson isn't good enough, what does a youth player need to do in order to get a chance on our bench, and how do you convince future players to come and stay? It's a good question, mate. For me, the likes of Harry Wilson or Raheem Brewster, who's going to probably go back out on loan, they need to be tearing it up. Like, Harry Wilson should be almost one of the best players at Bournemouth, and leaving in no doubt that he's too good to be in that team if he was to come back, I'm convinced, at Liverpool. And Raheem Brewster would have to be the same. He would have to go out on loan next season, whether it be to a team at the top of the Championship or a team of the Premier League. And he'd have to be, one, of course, playing regularly, which is what you want for any player on loan. But he would have to be shown that he is capable at the highest level, that he is a goal-scoring machine, that he will continue to develop. Now, some people, like Harvey Elliott, as an example, I can't see Klopp ever sending out on loan, because he will want to develop him and he will want to gradually introduce him to the first team. And we've seen him get opportunities in the FA Cup and the League Cup and stuff. And, you know, he's a special talent, as is Raheem Brewster. So, Curtis Jones, again, the same, mate. When they got their opportunities, they've taken them. So, when Harry Wilson's gotten his opportunities for Liverpool in pre-season or whatever it might be, I can't, off the top of my head, remember a time where I go, oh, we need to keep him. There's no doubt in my mind that, you know, he's class. So that's kind of where I'd be coming from, mate. Curtis Jones, you can see it in him. Like, you can see he's chomping at the bit, even in his interviews after the games. Yeah, Craig's an undercover journo. I wish I had journo money, mate. No, I am just but a poor YouTuber, buddy. Definitely not an undercover journo. But I have respect for them, because it's a damn difficult job that they do. I mean, some of the articles that get put out there by the likes of Melissa Reddy, James Pearce, fantastic. Absolutely quality and well worth a read. Many great sites putting out many great articles and many great journalists as well. And Miguel Delaney, another one that I think does excellent work. Jim Boardman, another great journalist. Troy Kingston says Werner's too expensive. I would disagree, Troy, a little bit, mate. I think for what you're getting there for somebody who's, 24 years of age, banged in somewhere 20-something goals so far this season for Leipzig, German international, played in the Champions League, I think 60 million euro, if that's the top level fee that we're talking about here. I think 53 million pound is fairly reasonable, if I'm being honest. Then we can go on top of that, I suppose, and say that there could be, like, James Pearce. I think I want to attribute this to James Pearce, but if I'm wrong, I apologise. I think James Pearce said that maybe we might see a Naby Keita-esque style deal, where Michael Edwards and Liverpool agree something with Leipzig this year for the transfer to come at the end of next season. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I would be fairly confident that if we were to make one signing in the next window coming up, it will be Timo Werner. I can't see him going anywhere else but to Liverpool. How and when that happens, I suppose time will tell. Liz, thank you, by the way, telling everybody to share as well. Zach said Jones, captain in the future. Ahead of Trent? I don't know. That's a difficult part, Zach. I mean, I love Curtis Jones and defo think he has a long-term future at the club and want it to be a massive success, but would he be a captain ahead of Trent Alexander-Arnold? I don't know. I'd probably give Trent a nod down the line ahead. But then, you know, we're it's a good argument, isn't it? It's a good problem to have, mate. Brian said, no point in having a dead ball specialist that can't get off the bench. I mean, you could technically say Shaqiri is a bit of a dead ball specialist or a bit of a delivery specialist, and I would say the same. I don't think Shaqiri is good enough to be at Liverpool Football Club. I mean, he's a decent impact sub, but I mean, I can understand why we took a gamble at the price that we got Shaqiri for with the relegation clause in his Stoke contract. But again, I think it would be the right thing for him to move on this summer. We know Adam Lallana's contract's up, he's moving on. We touched on it earlier on that Pedro Chirivella is going to move on, Nathaniel Klein's going to move on, and then the rest. Casper, did you really just fucking ask me that? Like, that is the most stupid question I think I've ever been asked on this channel. Do I read that rag? Well, what the fuck do you think, Casper? Do you think I read that paper, mate? Do you think any Liverpool fan that you ever know reads that paper? The answer is quite simply no. Of course I do not read that piece of shit rag. Nor will I ever pick up or read that piece of shit rag. Come on, mate. I mean, come on. There are many false spreading newspaper websites, said Wally767. There are certainly a lot of shitty sites. Now, I won't attribute them all to newspapers, but there are a lot of sites out there that are putting out crap for clicks. Yes, for clicks and to spam betting links. But there are also a lot of good people out there doing a lot of great work. The people at The Athletic, fantastic journalists on there. I mean, they really have got the creme de la creme of journalists working on there at The Athletic. The good folk at The Echo, whether you like them or dislike them, I truly believe that they try and do good work. And I read The Echo a lot of the time, but I'm still baffled by that question, Casper. Honestly, it has to be one of the most strange questions I've ever been asked from somebody who's a regular on the channel. I mean, somebody who's coming in to try and troll me, I might expect that question from, but no, mate, no Liverpool fan that I know or that is worth their salt will ever read that piece of shit rag. Right, what else we got? I said the players returned to training today at Melwood, which is class. It's the beginning of Project Restart, I suppose, if you want to put it that way. So the players will train in non-contact small groups, and that's along with the other measures that clubs are putting in place to try and minimise the risk for the staff. Now, I say minimise because this isn't... There's no way that we can absolutely guarantee 100% that everybody's going to be 100% safe. Nobody can say that. I mean, we've already seen some people, I think 6 so far from the 746 tests, had come back with positive results. I think one of them has been confirmed as the Burnley assistant manager, and I think that there was one at Watford as well, if my memory serves me correct. Now, Alisson, Keita and Shaqiri are all back to fitness now and are back in training, which is absolutely great news for the manager. I wanted to read you something from Sky Sports, because they did a kind of, what would you call it, exclusive chat with Jurgen Klopp, and there was one part of his interview that I wanted to read out to you guys. And again, the full interview is available on the Sky Sports app or the Sky Sports website. I always like to try and give credit where it's due, because, you know, people are out there making this stuff, and if I'm reading it, I'm going to try and tell you where it's coming from. So, Jurgen Klopp said, "It is the player's choice, and that is clear. I said it before the session, you are here on free will. Usually you'll sign a contract and you don't have, usually you sign a contract and you have to be in when I tell you to. But in this case, if you do not feel safe, you do not have to be here. There are no restrictions, no punishment, nothing. It's their own decision and we respect that 100%. The boys are all here, the first group of 10 players, then the next session will start and another 10 players will be in, and then another 4 or 5 in the afternoon. We will see if they show up, but so far we know they will because they've called us." That's exactly what I want to hear. I love it. We can only look at this from a Liverpool perspective with regards to how we talk about our players and our manager. And that's exactly what I would hope to hear from Jurgen Klopp. And it's exactly what I would hope to hear from all Premier League clubs. That the players are human beings. Troy Deeney's story as an example. I fully understand and appreciate and respect why Troy Deeney won't go to training. He's a 5-month-old son that has breathing difficulties, and Troy Deeney is perfectly within his rights, in my humble opinion, to not come in to training if he's worried about his son in any way, shape or form. I think his teammates will understand that. I think his club will understand that. And I would like to think that football as a whole will understand that. You have to put aside what players are earning. Yes, they're elite athletes. Yes, they will have the best of testing. Yes, they will have everything sanitised within an inch of his life. But they're also human beings with families. And that's really important to remember. So, what I heard there in that Sky Sports interview with Kloppo, and what I just read out, is exactly what I would hope from our manager. And that's why we all love him so much. Because Klopp is a damn legend. And he's right. It is players' choices. And it is up to them. Beautiful. I love to hear that from the manager. It's why we all love him so much. Jersey Boy, welcome to Anfield Agenda Ultras, mate. I know you're already a member, but now you're after joining the Ultras, so thank you for that, mate. Really do appreciate it. And for those of you, by the way, that aren't members and want to sign up, just click the join button. We're clicking really close to 200 members on Anfield Agenda, and it's only 99p a month to become a member of Anfield Agenda FC and get use of all the cool emojis that the likes of Joanne and Brian and Jersey Boy and Dunnick Get In and Liverpool You Never Walk Alone and John and so many other people will use that you'll see occasionally put in. The WFMs there, like Liz has put in and that. And yeah, it makes a massive difference to us. Also, if you're already a member and you haven't yet joined the Discord group, kind of refresh the link. So if you are a member, you will have got an invite to the Discord group, or you will be able to access the Discord group in the membership section. Make sure you come in and have a chat with us, because we love chatting with people offline in the Discord group, and it's your Discord group. It's part of your membership, so why not come? What have we got? Fuck the rag, absolute filth. Sorry, excuse my French, said David Klopp. It's okay, mate. I'm fully with you. Fuck him. Fuck him to high hell and back. Every single piece of that establishment is dirt as far as I'm concerned. No time for them. No, never will. I agree. So, yeah, I echo those sentiments, David. Dylan said, you gotta love Klopp. I'm already a member. You didn't need to re-welcome me. I was already an ultra. But I seen that you popped up, mate. So I said, hey, why not re-welcome him anyway? Because you took the time to go and renew the membership, mate. And I appreciate that. Because all these little things make the world of difference to us. Now, if you do want to help out the channel, and you don't want to have to put your hand in your pocket, or you're broke, like me and many other people, then you can download the Hot Mic app and put in the code Anfield. Give us a follow on there, and that helps us out financially without you having to put your hand in your pocket. Now, Joanne Fisher is our official Hot Mic counter-upperer. That's the phrase that I'm using, by the way. Yeah, I like it. Counter-upperer. She gives us an update of where we are with Hot Mic numbers. The more the people that we get over the Hot Mic, the more hope there is that this channel keeps going into next season, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you can give it a try, please do. You get all the sort of same functions that you get on YouTube. There's a live chat function on there. There is a like function on there, a share function on there. I won't even get into the sync function, which is class, and it's the main selling point of the entire product. But you'll figure that out as you go along yourself. We're going to be covering the Dortmund game on Saturday, and I know I told you guys that after Saturday I'm going to be taking 9 or so days off, which I will be, but I'm not going to leave you hanging, because I will be back for the Dortmund Bayern game on Tuesday. You bet your ass we're going to be covering that one on Hot Mic and on YouTube as well. So I'll be here to give you commentary on that one. And you know, I might be joined by somebody for some co-commentary for the game, the Dortmund Bayern game. I'm just waiting for confirmation from them to see if they're available to come across, and you'll have two of us doing commentary, which would be cool. And the only reason that we're actually able to do that is because of that beautiful sync button over on Hot Mic. And by sync, I don't mean like your kitchen sink. I mean syncing up. It will sync up our commentary direct to how you're watching the TV, and it will allow us to do co-commentary together. And I'm really excited by the thoughts of it, if I'm being honest, because I've never done it. I've never done a co-commentary of a game before, so let's wait and see how that works out. If it does, you'll never walk alone. Give us a wave from over on Hot Mic. How are you, buddy? Right. Any questions, any more comments, keep them coming, ladies and gentlemen. This is your show. Any transfer links that you've seen, I want to know about them, ladies and gents, because I am a transfer whore. I am an absolute transfer whore. I live for this stuff. Joanne said we're at 1,838 followers on Hot Mic. Thank you. Again, we'd love that to go past 1,850, but we need your support to do so. But thank you for being our Hot Mic counter-upperer. And I'm not going to change that, Joanne. That's the official title now. You're the Hot Mic counter-upperer, and that's the end of it. If we get Werner, we wouldn't need Salah anymore, said Power Plays. Of course we would. And here's what I'm going to say this, mate. We have a great front three. There's no denying that, buddy, and I think you'll agree with me on that one. But where I would disagree with you with regards to not needing Salah anymore is we're going to probably play 60 to 65 games in a season with European football, domestic cups and stuff like that. And we cannot expect our front three to play 60, 65 games. So if you were to introduce somebody like a Timo Werner there, and I know we've got Takumi Minamino as well, and other players who can slot in and play, Divock Origi of course as well, it means that you have high level backup, and it means that you can rotate those players, give Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino a little bit of a rest from time to time, keep them fresh for what is a very long, grueling season. Who are you supporting in the Bundesliga? Said Luke McKeever. I mean, supporting, as in like showing love to it, it's got to be Dortmund, hasn't it? But of course we're keeping an eye on Leipzig because we're on Werner watch. But I think most Liverpool fans that I know anyway would have an affinity with Dortmund for the whole "you'll never walk alone" thing, because of their fan base as a whole, and of course because of Jurgen Norbert Klopp and his background as Dortmund manager. Mr. RTG said we've been linked with Soyuncu from Leicester City. From what I've heard, that seems to be him angling, or his agent angling for a new improved deal for Soyuncu. Can't see, he's a good defender to be fair, and it was a fairly well done replacement for Leicester City, bringing him in to replace Harry Maguire when he left, but I can't see it happening. Not yet anyway. He's only been at the club, one season. Where would Werner be in Klopp's system with Firmino? Well, we could go one of a couple of ways here, Phil. One, we could do the rotation thing that I was talking about, which may not include anybody having to, or the system having to change at all. Or we could go with what a lot of people have been talking about, which is perhaps the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-2-1-3 system, whichever way you want to play it, maybe with Bobby in behind or with Werner on his own up front and then the three lads in behind him. This is the beauty of not knowing, mate. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. But I'm sure you, I and Kloppo, Phil, would rather have these headaches than not have them. Rather have the worry of where you play these top class players. What else is there? Jersey Boy, can I check it on now? 1 second, mate. Sorry, my phone's a little bit slow. I don't know what Jersey Boy, mate. Sorry, I've no idea. I've checked it and it's normal. Yeah, sorry, mate. I'm gonna close it and open it up again. I hate doing stuff like this live, by the way, on the stream. But yeah, sorry, mate. It's shown up as per norm. So I would like to say thank you, but I don't know what you mean. Right, what have we got? Agree to disagree. That's not with me, that's with somebody else. Sadio's hair looked so long for how he usually keeps it, said Andrew. I know, I said the same to Connor. When I seen some of the players coming in, Bobby's hair looked a bit longer as well. I thought to myself, surely these lads have, can go on Amazon and get themselves a head shaver or something, at least give themselves a trim at home. It is funny though, to be fair. I mean, who am I to like anybody about hair? I mean, look, you know what I mean? I haven't got any, so, well, I do, but I don't. But we're not getting into that now. Nobody's here for that. Actually, you touched on Leicester City and Soyuncu. I wanted to have a little chat about one of our former managers who was actually speaking. So Brendan Rodgers has been very complimentary of this current Liverpool team. He said they've been the best team in the country. I think they deserve it. They've been first class. The level of consistency and the level that they've played at, it'd be an absolute crying shame if they weren't awarded the title. They've got 2 games to win it. If we get back to playing, I'm sure that they'll do that. I've no doubt they deserve it. It's just a real shame that if they get the title, that they can't share it with the supporters how you normally would because they've waited so long. So look, there were lovely words from our former manager Brendan Rodgers, who of course is doing a very good job at Leicester City after going up and doing a very good job at Celtic as well. I've always said about Brendan Rodgers, I think the Liverpool job just came a little bit too early in his managerial career. But look, of course you're going to take the opportunity if it was presented to you. But it was very nice of him to say that, and he's right. The guys do deserve it. They absolutely deserve to lift that Premier League title. And we had seen something come out from, I think, is it Richard Masters, who's the chief executive of the Premier League, say that they want to give Liverpool a chance to celebrate with their fans at some point when they can figure out a way and it's safe to do so. But at least, they're thinking ahead like that, which is good to see. They will all look like Mo soon, set up the Reds. Mo has a fantastic head of hair, to be fair. I mean, have you seen Bobby's hair? I think it actually suits him a little bit longer, to be fair. KFS Productions, how are you, my friend? Said the Reds are back, let's go. Hello from Norway, said Philip the Gamer, excuse me, sir. Welcome and hello, how are you? Great to see you with us. Werner 50 million, said KFS Productions. Where do you think Lovren will go if he leaves? Well, it won't be anywhere near 5G. I can say that for certainty. Where will he go? Probably to Italy would be my guess. If he was to move on. And I think he may move on. I think he joined Twitter, by the way, today. This is his first day on Twitter. If you haven't given him a follow on there and you're interested in doing so, go on there and give him a follow. Probably Italy would be a guess. I'd seen him linked to Roma as a potential Chris Smalling replacement because the fee that Manchester United may ask for Smalling may be a little bit more than Roma are willing to pay, and they think maybe Dejan Lovren might be a bit of a better value option, so I don't know. But that's, if he was to move on, I would imagine it would be somewhere like Italy. Kante has hair, said up the Reds. Kante? I don't know. What I did say was on Twitter was, though, and I can't really take credit for this because it was Connor's idea, but so YouTube are going to lose one bald superstar who hosts a show. Now, where can we find such a hero to step up and fill the shoes of Joe Rogan? Where can we find another bald hero to step up and fill those shoes? If only there was somebody who the world could adopt and, take over from Joe. Joe, I feel you, man. I would take that Spotify money as well. But YouTube, so man's here. I'm ready. Put me in, coach. Joanne said Firmino looks like Chris Kamara, aka Cammy. Thank you for the super chat, Joanne. I really appreciate it. Firmino looks like Neanderthal. Said I actually think he looks cool. I think Bobby's hair suits him, although he's my favourite player. And I think Bobby's hair suits him. I think it would always suit him because he's always got those beautiful big white teeth. So yeah, Bobby's my favourite player. I've never hidden it, and I'm full of Bobby Propagino. Don't know who the fuck he is. Bobby Firmino propaganda is what I was trying to say. Origi scores the most important goals. Big, tall and strong. Definitely, I would definitely class Origi as a big game player for sure. Did it for us last season, time after time. Champions League final, Champions League semi-final, game against Newcastle, game against Everton. Bobby Firmino scored. Not Bobby Firmino. I'm not Firmino obsessed now. I might say, can we go? Ref, sub, I'm out. Yeah, Origi, I agree. He is a big game player. When you make one mistake, another one just follows straight away, doesn't it? He's still our beautiful Bobby, said Phil. Damn right he is, mate. Damn right. Look, ladies and gentlemen, if you watch us on YouTube and you're with us for the first time, please do hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up as well. Most importantly, though, please keep those comments coming. This is your show. We've got about 25 minutes left in tonight's stream, so anything you want to put into the chat, whether it be on Hot Mic, whether it be on YouTube, bang it in. Again, if you want to help us, that's what we got. Lover needs to go to a retirement farm in New Hampshire, said Liz. He needs to stop spouting some of the nonsense that he's spouted. And not, I don't mean with regards to football. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, I was very disappointed in Lovren over the whole you-know-what thing. I don't even want to say it. Craig, do you know Alisson and Firmino share a birthday? No, I didn't. And it's with you as well. That's class. I mean, I have possibly one of the worst birthdays in the world. One of the worst dates to have a birthday in the world, but that's class. Nice. And happy birthday, whenever that is. And you can share it with Alisson and Firmino. Three of you can have a party together, mate. Invite them round, you never know. Craig's a legend, said Divok over on Hot Mic. I'm not going to argue with facts, mate. You know what I mean? How can I? You give me factual evidence, I weigh it up. And you're right. I am. At least in my own head, anyway. I'm not even a legend in my own gaff, but in my own head, why not? You're going to watch the Berlin Derby on Friday? Not going to lie. Probably not. I definitely won't be doing a watch-along of it. Sophie is going to be coming on, the hairdryer treatment. Sophie Rico is going to be coming on for a chat on Friday night as well. So keep an eye out for that one. Really looking forward to catching up with Sophie. And Expressions tomorrow. 7:30 p.m. Put it in your diaries. It's going to be fun. It's going to be filled with laughs. It's always fun when I get to catch up with Expressions. He's one of my favourite people in the world. I'm sure you guys know who he is. He's so much fun. Yeah, make sure that you've got those notifications turned on because it will be 7:30 p.m. tomorrow. Bit of an early start. What part of Dublin are you from? Shankill, mate. Shankill. Very, 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 very South Dublin. Although I haven't lived there for 19 years. There or thereabout. 18 or 19 years since I've lived once. And you guys have adopted it. I don't know whether to love that or hate it. But we are where we are. I love Liverpool so much, said Dunnick, get in. We all do, mate. That's why we're here, having fun, enjoying it. How's Cash doing, asked Casper. Do you know, I'm ashamed to say, mate, I haven't messaged her in about 10 days. I've been really busy, and I know Cash is really busy as well, but look, that's no excuse. I should be keeping in better contact with her. So yes, I will give her a message and make sure she's doing okay. Last time I checked in with her, she was doing well, which is good news. Koulibaly for 70 million or De Ligt for 50 million or White for 20 million if I could pick. White. One, Koulibaly is getting a little bit on an age. I don't think we need to go and spend 50 million on De Ligt, who hasn't well, it's a bit unfair to say he hasn't progressed at Juventus because he's still a young player, and any player that moves to a new league deserves a full season minimum to settle in. So I go with Ben White for 20 million because I think we have a partner for Virgil van Dijk in Joe Gomez. We've got a really good backup sorry, I was going to say Dejan Lovren there. We've got a really good backup in John Matip. At the moment, we still have Dejan Lovren, and if they were to move on, then maybe somebody like Ben White. We still have Keanu Hoover coming through, Sepp Vandenberg coming through. Right now as well, we have Nat Phillips, who's currently on loan at Stuttgart, who I don't think will probably make it at Liverpool, if I'm being honest. He may well stay at Stuttgart, which is where he was born, I think, if my memory serves me correct. Craig, I heard that you got abuse from United fans on the internet. Did I? I don't know. I get a lot of abuse, mate, a lot of the time, but I don't know if there's any fan specific. I don't know, mate. No idea. I mean, I'm fair game. I've always said that about me. I'm absolutely sound about anybody coming and trolling me on the internet or having a pop at me. Well, when it comes to other channels that make content, that's a little bit different. If you go personal, then to me that's different. But with regards to people on Twitter and social media, I put myself out there to be judged, fair enough, but some people cross the line and they have a go at your family, and they're to me, that's where you draw the line with regards to that. When people start having a pop at your family, that's below the belt. What have we got? Craig, I subscribed the semi-final of the Champions League, first match with Barca, and you were on 10k. Were we? The first match? I don't remember. I think around the second game we were at 13 or 14k, but we did go through a really mental period there where we were growing really quickly. But either way, Liam, thank you. And I know Connor said that we would make sure that your account was unbanned, and we did as promised. In the video that you were crying, I've no idea. I didn't see any of the. I didn't really. I don't know. It's the honest answer, mate. I don't know if I did get abuse from United fans or not, but you know what? I don't care. I mean, I made the video that I was crying and I was in a bad place. I was suffering with my mental health issues at the time, and the video's still up there. And if anybody wants to go up and mock somebody who's struggling with mental health issues, then that person is, for want of a better phrase, an uber cunt, because I was just being me. I was going through a bad period at the time, and I sat in front of a camera and shared that. And I shared it with the hope that it will inspire people to understand that it's okay to need help. And it's okay to reach out if you're suffering with mental health problems or if you're feeling low. So if there are people out there that mocked me for that, I honestly couldn't give a fuck. It says a lot more about them than it does about me, if that's the case. The video's still up there for a reason, because I'm not ashamed of it. If I was ashamed of it or I felt it was something silly, I would have taken it down. But I made the video, I stand over the video, and I made another video afterwards when I came back explaining what was going on. If anybody wants to mock somebody that has mental health issues, as I said, they're an uber cunt, and they, I pity them, to be quite fair. just ignore. I didn't see them, so I've nothing to ignore because I've no idea what these people were. But if somebody wants to take the piss out of me, fair enough, have at it. Do it to my face if you ever see me. Don't be a pussy. Do it to my face if you get the chance. But I mean, I put myself out there. If people judge me, mock me, that's up to them. It is what it is. I'm not going to change for these pricks. Why would I? Can't stand Chelsea, can't stand United fans. Love Craig, have so much respect for him. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. And love right back to you, Shay. What have we got? Brian said a combination of VVD, Gomez, Matip, Lovren have won us all the Champions League, the Club World Cup, the Super Cup and the Premier League. But we need a £70 million new centre half. Yeah, exactly. I kind of agree with you there, Brian. We don't. And yeah, just touching back on that video again. Like, thankfully, I didn't see the abuse. But if I did see it, I still would have brushed it off. Because if you don't look at a video of somebody like that, whether it be me or anybody else, and one, see that they're in a bad place, and then two, don't feel like, maybe, you know what, maybe if I'm suffering I can speak up. That was the whole point of me leaving the video there. Because mental health, particularly during what we're going through now with the coronavirus and the way the world is, a lot of people are probably suffering with anxiety issues and cabin fever and maybe a touch of depression or stuff that they've never experienced or felt before. Now, unfortunately for me, this has been a long-term thing, but yeah, God almighty, I would hate to be inside the head of somebody who mocks somebody for that, because it says a lot more about their insecurities than it does mine. Because as I said, I put myself out here and I'm okay to be judged. That's alright. The only people whose opinion I care about are those who I love and respect. Anybody who wants to come in and have a pop can suck these nuts. Simple as that. What have we got? Stephen Wall said, never be ashamed of your mental health. Respect for that video. I'm not. I'm a massive advocate for mental health, mate, and speaking up. And you know why? Because my parents killed themselves, one of my fucking teammates killed themselves, and I've known too many people whose lives have been taken from them because of suicide, and because they didn't speak up, and because they didn't have either the strength or the support system to be able to reach out to somebody. So, if those people want to mock me, well, you know what? Here's my answer to you. My mother killed herself. My father drank himself to death. And I'm still fucking here as an only child, sitting in front of a camera, talking about mental health, putting up with all the bullshit that you pricks have to throw at me. And I'm going to sit here and smile at you while I do it with my loving family, my fucking adoring wife, and my two amazing kids. What have you sad cunts got? You sad cunts that want to come and have a pop. What have you got? Because I'll tell you one thing, I'm more of a fighter than you pricks will ever be. So if you want to come and have a pop at the king, have a go, bitches. But make sure that you bring your fucking A game. Because if not, kiss my ass. It's as simple as that. What have we got? What's the green bag of crisps? The Kyo's. They are the finest of fine Irish crisps, mate. The best crisps in the world. Bernadette, talk to you soon. Lots of love to you and the family. Take care. Don't get in. You've nothing to. None of you guys have anything to apologise to me for. Don't worry about it. I'm big and ugly enough to cope and to deal with it. It's all good. Nothing but love. Mr. Mike said, I'm an Arsenal fan, but I love your show. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. I do a lot of stuff as well with Claude and Terry and the Bandstickers and Diesel as well over there. So you'll probably see me popping up on Claude's channel soon as well. And the guys will be coming over here for a chat as well. Yeah, so welcome. Lovely to have you with us, Mr. Mike, and I'm glad you enjoy the content, mate. Thank you. Right, there was something else I wanted to get through. I went through Liverpool players coming back to train. No, I've gone through all of my notes, so it's up to you guys. 15 minutes to go, whatever you want to talk about, keep it coming. Again, if you want to do us a favour, download that Hot Mic app and put in the code Anfield. Hey, Ahmed, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Lovely to see you. Leon, thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Liam Barry said, everybody goes through mental health issues, and if they mock you, then they're basically mocking themselves. Well, I wouldn't say everybody goes through it. And you know what? Here's my retort. I had the Craig typical reply, but do you know what? Deep down, to all those people that mock me or mock anybody else, for whatever reason, whether it be mental health issues, whether it be looks, whatever it be, I genuinely hope that these people that mock others and their families never suffer a minute's pain or never have to go through what some of the horrendous things that other people have gone through in their life. I genuinely wish that for them. I wish them no pain. I hope that they have a wonderful life and that their lives and their families' lives are filled with fantastic, loving memories. Because I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I wouldn't wish some of the stuff I've seen people go through, some of the stuff I've been through, and some of the stuff my friends have been through on anyone. So I genuinely, to all these people that want to have a pop, I wish you and your families nothing but love for the rest of your lives. I hope you never, or your kids, or your grandkids, never suffer a fucking minute's pain. I hope you have a wonderful life filled with cherished memories, because that's what I'm about. That's what Craig's about. That's what this channel is about. And that's the honest me. That's Craig. That's how I am. And am I referring to myself in the third person there? In a weird kind of way? Maybe. Ahmed, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, buddy. The newest member to the channel. What have we got? We've witnessed some great players come through the doors, but none of them have made an impact he has. He's come in and from day one he looks like he owns the place. I can only imagine that might be about Van Dijk, Stephen, but I've no idea who it is about, so I need to go and check the chat because I need to figure out who it is about. Where's Stephen Booker's original comment? Or are you replying to somebody else? I'm assuming that it's about Virgil. I want to join, but I don't have the monthly paying. Coolshot25, don't you worry about it, pal. You being here and watching our content, mate, is more than enough. We never want anybody to feel like they need to do anything financially to help us out, man. You being here, you hitting that like button and you hitting subscribe, buddy, is more than enough. And welcome. It's lovely to have you with us. There was somebody who I was looking out for their comments, and somebody who I had missed out on that I needed to apologise to, because apparently I had missed a couple of previous super chats of theirs at one time. And again, maybe somebody from our Discord group can remind me, because I did miss out on a couple of super chats apparently from this person, and that really pisses me off, because I hate when I miss that, because if somebody takes the time to put a super chat in, it's my job to make sure I read it. So I'm sorry if I missed it. Ahmed said, I've been subbed for 4 months. Thank you, mate, and it's great to have you with us. Welcome to the family, even more so now. And make sure, Ahmed, that you join the Discord group, buddy. We'd love to see you in there as well. We have a chat about all things Liverpool and not Liverpool related when we're offline. Brian said, if nobody comes in for any of the big clubs in any major way, surely Liverpool are in a good place. Proper squad building. Yeah, I agree. And like Kloppo says, Brian, it's very difficult to improve a really, really good squad. But I've also got to be honest and say, pretty sure Man United are going to go out there this summer and spend some money. I'm pretty sure that Manchester City will go out there and spend some money. Newcastle, if that takeover goes through, will most likely go out and spend some money. And if they do, I think we need to strengthen a little bit as well. Claude's a nice guy. Lee Gunner's a cool dude as well. Yeah, we know Lee Gunner as well. Friend of the channel. I've had Lee on for a chat. And like you said, Mr. Mike Lee is a really lovely fella. Lee Gunner, yeah, definitely. And again, Lee Gunner's on Hot Mic. And Claude and Abances are on Hot Mic. Another reason to download that app. But make sure you put in the code Anfield when you're downloading it. You know what I mean? Then give us a follow. Then go and give the guys a follow as well. And there's loads of your favourite broadcasters over on Hot Mic. What have we got? Leon said YouTube need to make something where you can always see super chats. They kind of do, and I was shocked that I'd missed them out, mate, because it was Jack Jones, was it? Jack Jones? Was it Jack Jones? Thank you, John, if it was Jack Jones. That name does ring a bell. The surname Jones definitely rings a bell. Yes, mate, I can see your comment, and that's one fucking surefire way of annoying us by asking, can anyone see your comment? I've literally answered you earlier on in the stream. You know when you asked me, did I see the United fans mocking me? And I said, yes, mate, or no, mate, I haven't, but I read out that comment. So you know we can see your comments, pal. Thank you, John. And to Jack, or was it Jack Jones, mate, I do apologise sincerely, because I hate missing out on super chats and stuff like that. So to Jack, I do apologise for that one or two that I missed out, mate. If I did, that's my bad, and sincerely apologise. And John, thank you, mate. As always, you're a legend. Shay said you've been subbed since January. Really appreciate that, Shay. Thank you very much. Didn't mind if you ended your channel before when you were crying, because the main thing is your health, and thank you, buddy. And yeah, look, all I can promise you guys is that I will always try my best to come on and have a chat about all things football and Liverpool related. Is the league starting in June? Said Ahmed. The plan, mate, is for it to start in the 2nd to 3rd week of June. Now, this is a fluid thing, and it's moving all the time. Players are slowly starting to get back to training now, and through phases. This is phase 1. So, the honest answer is, we hope so, but nobody can tell you for certain if and when we will see the Reds back in action. I think the first game actually due to be played with Manchester United Spurs, or televised anyway, if my memory is correct. But we hope that it will be probably towards the latter part of June. But, you know, we have to wait and see, mate, until... 1,842 followers in Hot Mike, said Joanne. We're only 8 away, and we've got, 10 minutes left on the stream. Can we get to 1,850 Hot Mike followers in those 8 or 10 minutes that we've left on the stream? It would be a lovely way to finish up. Dave Fagan, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, mate. Welcome indeed. Use the emojis. Join the Discord group, and thank you very much. Right, any more questions or anything you want to put in? Please do keep them coming. This is your show, after all. And again, a heads up, tomorrow, 7:30 PM, earlier than normal. I'm going to be joined for a chat live. But my good friend Expressions, who I'm sure you guys know, he's a massive Spurs fan, but he's an all-around great dude, and I can't wait to have a chat with him. What have we got? Ahmed said, I can follow you on Hot Mic 1 second. Top man, Ahmed. Use the code Anfield, by the way, if you sign up. All capital letters. I was going to say all one word, but that's pretty obvious, isn't it? And John has put a link direct in there if anybody wants it. And the beauty of that link is it brings you direct to a page where if you're an Apple user, you click on one button. If you're an Android user, well, firstly, sorry for you Android users. I'm an Apple boy. I'm an Apple fanboy. But yeah, and literally, I mean, I am an Apple fanboy. Like iPad, MacBook, iPhone, Apple TV, Beats headphones. I am like their wet dream of a customer. Mane should just go bald. It's the way forward. So what I mean, Sipsco? I mean, me, Pep, do you know what I mean? Joe Rogan, all the good people are bald. John said, for those that haven't seen it out, check out the interview with Graham Hunter. Oh yes! If you guys want to do me one more favour, actually, go over on YouTube when this stream is over. Check out Graham Hunter, the big interview, and what's the particular one we wanted to go to? The Virgil van Dijk one. He has put his interviews now up on YouTube. Go over, maybe somebody has a link because Connor put it into our Discord group. Maybe John could grab it and throw it into the chat there. Go over and say to Graham, let them know that Anfield Agenda sent you. Graham is a friend of the channel. He's been on a couple of times. Graham Hunter is the man that inspired me to start making content. I absolutely love the dude. He's one of the best in the business. And yeah, if you do, check it out. Werner would love to join us, apparently, said Elijah John 5. Yeah, he hasn't made any secret of it, mate. He's come out and said that he'd love to come and play for Jurgen Klopp, and he'd love to come to Liverpool, and we'd love to have him, I think, if we're being honest. Brian said, it looks like a Adama Traore is up for grabs. Oh, Brian, don't be doing this to us, mate. You're opening a box of worms here, pal. Or a tin of worms, a can of worms, whatever it is, worms everywhere. If he fulfills his potential, he could be unstoppable. Bloody phenomenon. Something like a phenomenon. You knew I was going to, Brian. You knew I was going to, mate. You wanted me to, didn't you? You wanted me to go a bit of LL Cool J. There is the link right there to the Graham Hunter interview with Virgil van Dijk. Thank you, John Hamilton. As always, mate, you're a legend. If anyone does want to check that link, maybe save it for later, but go over and let the guys at the big interview with Graham Hunter know that you came over from Anfield Agenda to say hello. Because, again, love Graham Hunter, massive fan of everything he does. If you don't know who he is one of the original voices of Spanish football that you would have seen growing up on Sky Sports alongside Guillaume Balaguer. And to my mind, he's one of the best interviewers and one of the best commentators in the business. And I'm proud to be able to call him a friend as well, which is great. So, yeah. What have we got said? I hope you hit 40k, nearly there. Thank you, mate. And when the games get back, we'll start to grow quicker. We are a channel that grows with watch-alongs. We've kind of stood still during the lockdown, if you want to call it that. But yeah, we would have hoped to have hit 40k by the end of the season. So hopefully when football or the Premier League gets back, mate, we can get towards 40k. It would be lovely. But if you are enjoying the stream, ladies and gents, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Podcast number 80, Joanne said. Big interview with Graham Hunter, Virgil van Dijk. Thank you, Joanne. You've done Mane dirty with that thumbnail. Haven't done any. That's his fucking hair, mate. That's how he arrived back at Melwood today for his training, Tom. We haven't done anybody dirty. That is Mane's hair. Connor pulled the most recent picture he could of Sadio, and that's it. Love the channel. Been watching loads more in lockdown. Thank you, Tom, and lovely to have you with us, mate. I'm glad that you're enjoying the channel. It isn't the most flattering of haircuts, I agree, but look, who am I to mock anybody for hair? Do you know what I mean? Have they announced the date when it's supposed to be back? No, Luke. I mean, there was a working date of June the 12th, but I don't think that's realistic, and I don't think anybody does think that's realistic just yet. You would ideally want players to have a good 4 weeks of training. So I would say we're probably looking the 3rd week of June, even the last week of June. Tom said, Craig, I know the owners have been good on the whole, but they haven't put money into the club. Would they be classed as slightly greedy if they don't? Where's that gone? You pulled your own comment. So halfway through reading it, you pulled your comment. Brian said Pep will manage Qatar next. Do you know what? I had heard two different things. I had heard that Pep was being lined up to manage Qatar at the World Cup, and I had heard that Zidane was being lined up to manage Qatar at the World Cup. I have no idea, and this is going back a good few months now. A few people whispered this around. I have no idea if that is true, untrue, complete horseshit. Haven't got a clue, but it's interesting. Trent said, is there any difference between Diet Chaff and Diet Zero? Yes. I don't know what the difference is apart from the sweetener that's used, mate. But apart from that, I don't know what the difference is. But I know I don't like Coke Zero because it tastes too much like the original Coke. Whereas Diet Coke tastes completely different. And I love Diet Coke. Although I have limited myself to 1 can a day now, which for me is a miracle. What else we got? Gabrielle said PSG. I did hear that if Barca, is it Juan Laporte or who's going to be up for the Barcelona presidential elections next summer? I had heard him come out and say that if he, or it's been at least attributed to him, that if he became back in as a Barcelona president, that he'd want Pep Guardiola back at the club as manager. What would you do if you got 100,000 subscribers at the end of the year? When you get 100,000 subscribers, Liam, you get a plaque from YouTube. YouTube Play Award or something, I think it's called. What would I do? I would take a picture with that award and then I would give it straight to Conor Crosby because he deserves it for all the hard work he does for the channel. We'd probably put it on the screen there where the Champions League trophy is now or something. We'd definitely put the award up there, but I don't know, mate. I don't know if this channel will ever get to 100,000 subscribers. I didn't think we'd ever get past 5,000 or get to 5,000 subscribers. So if someday, Liam, we get to 100,000, mate, I will say thank you, and I will still be as baffled as I am now as to why anybody watches, mate. But someday, you never know. We'll have to wait and see, but never say never. Apparently over 1 billion people watched the Dortmund game. That's crazy. The feel-good factor when the Premier League returns will be amazing. I agree, absolutely, mate. And I love the phrase that we keep using about a festival of football if the Premier League comes back. 1,844 followers on Hot Mic. Just 6 to go, ladies and gents. Please do download that app and put in the code, even after the stream, if you get a chance. There is a link in the stream description, but also if you just go into your app store, search for Hot Mic, H-O-T, new word, M-I-C. There you go. Craig, when will your replica Premier League trophy be arriving? I haven't actually ordered it yet, mate, because the company that make them, JNS Trophies, that made the 60, the one that I have over there, they're just waiting for stock to arrive and stuff. So I haven't quite got it yet, so I don't know, is the honest answer, mate. But soon, hopefully. I'm just waiting for 1, a price, and 2, to just know an exact date. And then, of course, I'll when we win that Premier League trophy, I will, of course, be trying to get my ass 1. What have we got? Ahmed said, if Red Men can get 414k, I think you can get 100k. Well, look, first of all, Red Men are great. They make fantastic content, and they've been doing it a very, very long time. I think they were one of the original fan channels, and I wish them continued success as they move forward. How was my day, Casper? My day is always good when I get to come on here and have a chat with you guys, so good. Thank you, buddy. Paisley Rab said, hi Craig, love the talk that you did with Goldbridge yesterday. Thank you, Paisley Rab. I really enjoy catching up with Mark. Mark again is somebody who I'm lucky enough to call a friend, and he's been very helpful to us behind the scenes, helping us out with the channel with some advice. He's been very good to me, and I will never have nothing but good things to say. It's weird because going back to the very start of our channel, I wouldn't have been Goldbridge's biggest fan, but as I've gotten to know him, I've taken everything I've ever said in that sense back, because he is one of the most sincere people that I've had the pleasure of knowing. And it was nice for him to come on for a chat yesterday. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, it is the last stream before this one, so go check it out. Mark was on for I think the first 30 minutes or so of the stream, and then Mr. Crosby came and joined me for a chat for the rest. But I'm glad you enjoyed it, mate. I always enjoy having Mark on for a chat. Do you know if you have any viewers from faraway countries? Yes, we know exactly what countries our viewers come from. YouTube does give us that information, mate, in the stats. So you'd be amazed, because I'm amazed when I look through it. I mean, name a country and we probably have a viewer from there. And I mean, like, really far-flung places that I never would have thought of. It's crazy. I mean, most of our viewers come from the UK, then Ireland, then America, I think Norway, then Australia, if my memory serves correct. And then after that, scattered all around the world, which is class. Show us 60 before you go tonight, said Joanne. I would, but if I get up and come back, the camera might refocus and it might go all out of zoom, Joanne. So I can't, even though she's like just behind me. But this one here, no, where am I? This side? That one, yeah. That'll have to do for the time being. But it is over there behind me. It's on my mantelpiece. I can take a picture. How about that? How about I take a picture to prove that it's there, and we go from there, Joanne? Will that do? 1 second. Right, see? Where are you? There you go. Just to prove that 60 is still on the fireplace just behind me. Can't quite get to it right now, Joanne, because the camera will refocus and I might go all blurry. And I'm bad enough to look at without being a blurry-headed Craig as well. What have we got? LFC fan 96. Hello, Craig. It's been a while since I've used Hot Mic. Lovely to see you in, mate, and thank you for using it again and giving it a try. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call that one a night. I hope that you do download that Hot Mic app, put in the code Anfield. It really does help us out massively. To everybody that became a member tonight, that sent in super chats or super stickers, thank you. It means the world to us. To everyone that just came and joined us tonight for a chat, again, much love to you all. I appreciate your time so much and the fact that you come and spend it with us here in the evening. So lots of love to you and your families. I hope that you're all healthy and safe. And look, I'll be back at 7:30 tomorrow. Make sure you've got your notifications turned on. Expression's going to be coming in for a chat. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. Look, ladies and gents, I will chat to you good people tomorrow. Take care of your families. Tell your loved ones that you love them. And up the motherfucking Reds. Love to you all.